Y'all ready for a laugh? I mean, like a deep laugh, hard laugh that you have to end it with a sigh afterwards. That was awesome.
Those of you that don't know me, stand by. Show your voice. Better now, right? Better now with me than with Taylor. Amen.
Woo! Oh no. Got this, Dad.
You're welcome. As I was trying to say, my name is Sam. I get to serve as a pastor here at Monument View if you don't already know me, and I need to start off with a confession. I've had daydreams and fantasies of being a comedian. I know. And I blame you for that. Because Sunday mornings I get up here and I'm trying to teach the Bible and I want to make sure that you're engaged, and here and there I slip in something that I think is funny, and guess what you do? You laugh, like every time. And so you've encouraged me in some bad ways. I feel like I'm going to become one of those America's Got Talent victims, right? Where you go up there because you've got a dream and you hit the nightmare and you realize that it was your mom who told you could sing, right? Now, I enjoy humor. I got introduced to Thou Shalt Laugh. That's a video that came out years and years ago, and there was like 4 or 5 different Christian comedians, and they were so funny. It was so good, and it was done so well, they decided to make a part 2, and a part 3, and a part 4. There might have been a part 5, I don't know. And you may not know this, but for every single one of those, Taylor Mason is the closing act. Yeah, let's give it up for Taylor. Oh, he's not going to come up yet, just a second. And so anyway, what I noticed though about the other comedians is they don't just tell jokes, they tell stories. And I thought, I can tell stories? God's given me a lot of funny stories at my expense. And I really would like to redeem a few of those. A lot of my stories came from training for triathlons. I turned 50 last year. Thank you. I'm not sure why I wanted applause for turning 50, but I just felt like I needed that affirmation, like right here in the moment. I mean, I saw it coming. It's a numeric thing. And I saw it coming, and I thought, I need to get ready for this. I'm getting out of shape. I need some motivation. Anybody with me on that? Motivation to exercise. And I thought, triathlons, that's just it. I need a deadline. Sign up for a triathlon. And that's really a good word, actually, deadline, because when I saw it coming, I thought, I don't want to die that day. And it was just like magic, just poof, this motivation to exercise. It was awesome. Plus, I wanted to see my belly button again. Anybody relate to that? When's the last time you saw your belly button? I mean, it was like early on in my marriage, I'm sitting on the edge of the bed and I looked down and I turned to my wife and I was like, honey, am I gaining some weight? Now, most of us know that a woman can answer that question in the ways that a man cannot, right? So she looks over at me and she's like, your belly button is kind of looking up at you. You know, I miss those days. I mean, it just disappeared, right? There's just this line, you know? Except when you're going into the bathroom to shower, you take your shirt off. One of those times I was taking my shirt off, and my wife just freaks out. She was like, there's something in there! And I'm having to pull and look, and I'm like, whoa. I got like a scarf factory going on in here. Entrepreneur kicks in. I'm thinking, you know, if I skip showering for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, I could go into business. Yeah, no, my wife didn't think that was a good idea either. She's like, no, you're going to train for triathlons. So I'm like, okay, I'll train for triathlons. And so I'm swimming and I'm biking and I'm running and I'm running and I'm biking and swimming. And now the event's coming closer and I remember you have to do one right after the other. And so as I'm training, I'm thinking, I gotta put some of these together. So seriously, like just a few weeks ago, I'm out and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bike for 14 miles, I'm gonna run for 2. That sounds pretty impressive, doesn't it? Unless you saw me run. And you're like, whoa, that's slow. I mean, that's real slow. I mean, seriously, I was out and an older couple's going for a walk and they passed me. They're like, on your left. Now, when I run, I gotta stay motivated. I was like, I don't want to do this. I gotta keep going. So I put earbuds in my ears. I put gum in my mouth. Not sure where I felt compelled to say that. Gum in my mouth. Like I don't know where else I was gonna put it for that run, but it went in my mouth. Just so you know. And so, but I had to bike first, right? So I want to be safe. So I put the earbuds in my pocket, but I thought, I'm just going to put the gum in my mouth now. And so here I am. I don't know. I'm somewhere between Grand Junction and Fruita, and I'm biking away. And I sucked that gum to the back of my throat. Can anybody relate to that? I mean, seriously, I panicked. I was like, and I managed to cough it up. That's why I'm here today. But I coughed it up, and I just had this like spiritual moment. I was just like, because I looked around, there's nobody around on this trail, and I thought, I could have died. I could have died. I mean, I want to meet Jesus, and I want to worship him for 1,000 years. But I tell you, I was imagining finding myself after a couple thousand years of worshiping Jesus in this little small group conversation with some Christian martyrs. And they're talking about how they died for Christ. And then they turned to me. How did you die? Well, can we get back to worshiping Jesus now? Speaking of, how about we get back to this actual comedy show? Would that be all right? Are you done with me? Are we good? Can you help me give a warm welcome to Taylor Mason? Come on and welcome up Taylor Mason!